What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. This is Dr. Hamseng, and today we have here a new flagship phone in the house, and introducing here the Honor Magic 6 Pro. So I was really excited and I did enjoy a lot with the Magic 5 Pro. So here with the 6 Pro, I'm super ecstatic to check this out. So in today's video, what we're going to do is go through the key specs and features of this phone before you make a purchase decision. So yes, without further ado, let's just get right into it. So right out of the box, we do have a nice clear phone case over here. And next up, we have the 100-watt Honor Supercharge, which does use a USB-A to USB-C cable. And finally, we have the phone here. So let's just peel this off. Alright, all looking ready to go. Just let me just set this up and I will go through the other key specs and features. Okay, so here is the Magic 6 Pro ready to go, and as you can see here, it does use a nice optical scanner which is located on the bottom here, and also does use face unlock. Boom, you're right in. Boom, you are right in. So in terms of the build and design on this, it's very similar to the Magic 5 Pro that we have gotten previously. So we do have your curved display on the front. We also have the punch cutout hole on the center here, which is apparently smaller, and also on the front here we have a nice premium glass finish to it, and on the back here this one does come with a nice eco leather finish on the back here. So as you can see from the texture, it does come with a nice green color here, and it gives you a very nice texture. So if you couple this with the clear phone case, you're going to get a lot of your back here, which you can still admire. And of course, you're not going to get a lot of fingerprints on the back here as well, and this is something I really do like. So all in all, really good weight to it as well. You do have a pretty huge camera bump on the back here to house the camera setup on the back, and also in terms of the button placement, we have the power button and volume rocker on the right side, and on the bottom here we have the stereo speaker setup. We also have the USB-C for fast charging and the SIM ejector 2 slot, and also we have the top firing speakers here as well. Okay, so now let's talk about the main stuff over here, which are the displays. So over here we are greeted with a massive 6.8-inch AMOLED panel over here. So we have the LTPO display, and of course in terms of the glass, like I mentioned before, it does use a Juninho glass, which is of course really cool. And of course, other main stuff here is the 1 billion colors, your 120 Hz, HDR support, 1600 nits, and a peak of 5000. So I'm not sure exactly how this one here fares out, but you're going to see in my day-to-day usage. I'm going to give you my feedback on this in my final review. So in terms of the display, looking all really good over here. And of course, going on to the internal specs on this phone. So the main thing here again is the fact that this phone here does use a Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 processor, the latest and greatest from Qualcomm. And in terms of RAM here, we do have 12 gigs of RAM, but of course you can boost it up with the Honor RAM Turbo feature up to 8 gigs, which is of course going to give you 20 gigs of RAM, and internal storage wise gives you 512 gigs. So that's really cool, UFS 4 and all that good stuff. Battery wise, of course, is really massive here. We do have a 5600 milliamps of battery, which is going to be really insane when it comes to the battery life. So it's going to give you a very good percentage of battery here. And of course, you have your wireless charging here as well, something I always do like with my flagship phones. And of course, you can have your reverse wireless charging here as well, which is really cool. And as we can see here, we have the different modes: power mode, performance mode, and also ultra power saving mode here as well. And of course, one more thing to note is of course the software side of things. So here it does give you Magic OS 8.0 right off the box, which is on top of Android 14. So yes, it is coming with the latest software. So in terms of the other features here, I really like all this side panel good stuff here, the dock navigation feature as well, and of course the notification panel, and also the other stuff that we have here. Okay, and also one more thing to note is that this phone does come with an official IP68 rating. Okay, so last but not least, let's talk about the cameras on this phone. So when it comes to the selfie shooter here, we do have the pill-shaped design on the top. So in terms of the megapixel here, we do have about 50 megapixel of power here for f2.0. 22mm WAN lens, and also does have a TOF 3D sensor as well. And this phone can record up to 4K at 30 FPS. Of course, if we switch it on all the way to the back here, we do have a nice triple camera setup. Starting with the main lens here, 50 megapixel f1.4 sensor, and goes up to 2.0. It does have a laser autofocus, dual autofocus, and OIS. Going on to the next one here, the 180 megapixel f2.6 sensor with a telephoto lens, and it does give you your autofocus, OIS, and 2.5 times of optical zoom. And lastly, for the ultra wide lens here as well, we do have a nice 50 megapixel f2.0 sensor, and it does have your autofocus. And this phone here can record up to 4K at 60 FPS, and it does come with your gyro EIS. And of course, in terms of the features here, of course, we are quite familiar with all the features that we have here. The aperture, night, portraits, and all these other things, and also has your movie mode here, which is going to be pretty interesting, and also does have your other things that we have on this phone here as well. So if you're familiar with most of your Honor phones, it's going to be pretty much the same on the Honor Magic 6 Pro. Okay, so that is it with the Honor Magic 6 Pro, everything you guys need to know about this. So I do assume that the price on this, as I'm saying this, I do not know the final price on this, but I do assume it to be about the 4,000 ringgit mark, which would place it at about the 800 to 850 US dollar mark. So I think this is a really good price point. And of course, let me know in the comments down below what you guys think about this phone. And of course, if you have any of your questions as well, do sound it in the comment section down below. If you like this video, do click the like and smash the subscribe button down below. And I'll see you guys in the next one.